Hold on. There.
Hello and welcome to the Spaghetti Junction podcast. My name is
Yeah.
Bruce,
That's Gareth.
and we talk about things we just don't know where they're gonna
Don't know where they're
go.
gonna go. That is right, champ. So we were just having a quick chat before we started the episode about I'm trying to get more into photography, and I found this pretty cool course. It seems all online, and I can get some form of accreditation. So that'll be fun.
Yeah, that'll be cool for you. I think you're. I know you haven't done a lot of photography, but you're still doing more than me, which
I've
sucks.
done pretty much about it.
Oh, have you?
I've done a decent amount. If
Oh, sorry.
if you're keeping on track with my Instagram.
I have. Oh, sorry. I thought my bad. I thought
What is that?
maybe I'm not. Sorry, I didn't see. I hadn't seen that you posted too much. So.
No, I mean I posted enough, and then I did some
Okay.
in South Africa as well.
Oh yeah, that's it. But yeah, you've still
so I'm not
probably
a
done
newbie.
more. Yeah,
Oh
but you've still done more. You've still done more than me because my photography is nowhere.
Well, we did it when. Excuse me. I did it. We did a bit when I was back in South Africa.
Yeah. The last proper photography I did was like over a year ago. So anyway, but that's me.
Did you see my last my shots from the Blink 182 concert?
Yes, I did. You didn't tell me how the concert went. Was it cool?
Oh,
can they still play?
First of all, I'm getting over missing out on Pink. That sucked
so bad. Yeah, man, because you got COVID.
I got COVID, yeah. So she was on last weekend, and she basically made history in New Zealand. She's the first woman to headline a concert at Eden Park, and no one else has done that before. No female artist has done that before. Also broke a record in the amount of people over 2 nights. There were she performed for 100,000 people over 2 nights.
Okay.
So
I take it
which in New Zealand is, I mean, that's a lot. Over 2 nights was so basically worked out to be about 50,000 a show, which is a lot.
Nice. That's cool.
Yes.
Eh? Okay.
So I missed that, which sucks. I was so excited. I bought like a really nice seat, everything, man. I was, and then I actually managed to sell it. I did lose quite a bit on it, but it's either lose a bit and at least I got $190 back on it. It cost me $260, but it was sold like on that day. So you either go for your full amount, or you say, you know what, I'm going to lose a bit, but at least I'm going to get some money back in my account. So
you might have been able to sell it for more, considering it was on the day.
No, because it was on there for the night before and for most of the day, and I was like, if people really want to go, they would have made a plan. So no,
all right.
I mean, I could have tried, but the chances of that selling at that price with such a short amount of time left, it could have gone right to where Pink was on, and I lost $260. Or I leave with 190. So don't be greedy, is what I'm saying. Just make it work. Yeah. So that's good, and it's a really good website as well, where you can basically sell tickets, buy tickets, and then they pay you about 4 or 5 days after the show, just to make sure that they actually weren't ripped off and so forth. So no, it actually worked really, really well. I got the payout yesterday, so that was pretty cool. Yeah. Nice. So it sucks. But going back to Blink 182, Rise Against is good, man. I don't know where this
were they cool, eh?
Well, you were talking about they were like metal. I'm like, I didn't hear any form of metal. It was good rock. It was like powerhouse.
Okay,
rock.
well,
it wasn't
maybe
anything intensive about them. Besides, it was just really good rock.
Okay. Maybe they've changed their style, changed their sound. Look, I can't speak for them.
Yeah.
I haven't listened to them in absolute years.
Yeah,
I've hardly listened to them anyway. So, but yeah, if they were great. And how were Blink?
Blink is just a sexist, swearing, punk rock bunch of kids who just, even at their age, they're still having as much fun as they were doing when they were 20, 30 years old. So nice. It was great. Okay. No, cool. They were just great. And my ticket was actually really nice. I was relatively close to the stage, and I didn't have to look at the screen because I was like really close to it. And I could watch. Cool. Oh, it was great. And I watched more of Travis Barker than the rest of the band, because Travis Barker, oh my soul, he's so good. And I love what they do with Blink is that they have Travis Barker up high on like a elevated part of the stage. So it's very much aware, so it's not just, like the drummer, like right at the back. He was like very clearly on the same level as the bassist and guitar vocals. I can't remember their names, I'll be honest. But it was fun.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Okay. Yeah, and I know Travis Barker was a big part of that band, so obviously there's quite a focus.
Oh yeah,
focus on him. I'm not surprised.
Yeah, no, he was fantastic, man. He's just a brilliant drummer. It was a great show.
How long was their set?
Probably about 2.5 hours.
Jeepers, that's a lot of songs, considering the songs are like 2.5 minutes long each.
It was about 2.5 hours, maybe a little bit less than that.
Okay.
But it was good. It was good. It sucks that I couldn't have been at Pink drumming wise as well.
To see Mark Schulman. That would have been cool.
To see Mark Schulman, but it was good.
We've got I don't know if you keep up with much with what's happening in SA. They've got this festival that they've started putting on called the Calabash Festival here in South Africa.
No.
Have you heard about it?
Not at all.
And next year in January, Green Day is going to be headlining.
Green Day, nice.
Green Day's coming, and the Offspring. Can you believe it?
How do they get them both in South Africa? That's quite something.
But so 19th of January at FNB Stadium.
Oh wow! And that can fit.
So that would be
80,000-90,000 people.
Yeah, geez, that's a big boy, hey. Flip, been there twice. My word, that place is huge.
Me too, actually. Did you is it like something which you're going to go to? I doubt it.
I'd love to go just to go and see. I would just go for Green Day and Offspring. We'll see. I don't know. I'll have to. I don't even know how much tickets are. I think ticket sales open soon for next year. Okay. So we'll see.
As it does.
I'll have to look at the money situation.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah.
I mean,
but it'd be cool. I'd love to see Green Day. My word.
I think it'll be the first live concert in South Africa for quite a while. Or have you had like a few little smatterings?
The smatterings. We have some older sort of 80s bands coming. We've had Deacon Blues just come.
Deacon who?
Deacon Blue.
I know them. Okay.
And then OMD, I think, is coming, or they've been here. Orchestral Maneuvers in the Dark.
That's really old.
I don't know who else. If there's anything else, I don't listen to the radio. I don't keep up with what's happening, so I don't know.
Fair enough.
So we'll see. The year is but an embryo, so we'll see what happens in the next couple of months.
and how much power is available, I guess, as well. That's
But
very important.
yeah, true. I think the Green Day and Offspring thing for that will be the first sort of real big rock bands. Because other than that, we haven't had. I mean, OMD and Deacon Blue played at Emmerich Dam, for crying out loud. So, I mean,
yeah, that's how big they are.
oh.
That's funny. That's funny. That's hilarious.
So yeah, we'll see.
Speaking of music and bands, you know, good old Taylor Swift, she actually broke a record for the amount for the largest capacity audience. And she did it three days or 3 nights in a row. Funny enough, in Melbourne, Australia. The crowd was 90,000. She's never ever performed to that amount of people at one night, and she did it for 3, which is also a record in itself. It's crazy, 90,000 people.
3 nights
and I just love it because she had to go all the way around the world to the other side to be able to actually have a record broken with the amount of people, you know, watching, which I think is pretty funny.
I found it incredible how these bands would sell out like Wembley Stadium 3 nights in a row, or Madison Square Garden. You know, Queen would do it, or like just playing that kind of venue once is like a dream for most musicians. And then you're in a band that sells out that kind of venue 3 nights in a row before you move on.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, eh?
You've got, but you got a lot of diehard fans who probably went to all 3 shows. They probably had enough money to buy tickets for all 3 nights.
Wouldn't be surprised.
So yeah, insane.
I'm going to share a very quick video. You might have already watched it, and even if you have, that's okay. This is my favorite song right now, with old Jack Black and Tenacious D. You may have already heard it. I hope you haven't, because it was, when I first heard it, it blew my mind. I was like, what? How? And then, so let me just
Oh, baby, how was I supposed to know that something wasn't right? Oh, baby, I shouldn't have let you go.
What a voice.
And now you're out of sight. Yeah, show me how you want it to be. Yeah, tell me, baby, cause I need to know now. Because my loneliness is killing me. And I must confess, I still believe. When I'm not with you, I lose my mind. Give me a sign. Give me, baby, one more time. Baby, but not so hard. Give me one more time. Baby, but not so hard. One more time again. I must confess that my loneliness is killing me now. Don't you know I still believe that you will be down.
My favorite, man. I love what he's done to it.
Give me, baby, one more time.
I love what he's done with it. It is the coolest.
I didn't. Because I saw little clips of him doing that line, like singing it with fans when meeting fans. I'm like, okay, whatever. So I did. Okay, so it's obviously I didn't realize he had done a cover of it. Okay, and they've done it for the actual movie.
Hold on.
Or is it?
Yes. So it's being used as one of these songs on the latest Kung Fu Panda.
Okay.
But the point which I was bringing across with that, I would never have thought of like a rock version of that. And Jack Black's vocals and like he has that it's so good. I must have watched that 10 times easily, if not more. I've just looped it. It's such a cool version.
He could easily front so many different rock bands. And
absolutely.
Just pull it off night after night. Yeah, he really is that talented.
Yeah. They're actually coming to Australia and New Zealand in July.
Yeah, you were saying.
Yeah, so because I miss Pink, I might make a plan and go and watch Tenacious D. because that'll
make
be a
up for it,
constant
man.
in itself. Right. We have cut quite hugely into our topic time. So, hey, that's what we do. Go right ahead.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
So my suggestion to Gareth was just having a bit of a chat about social media and the possible sort of problems and issues that some people might have, because I just over the last, and I can speak from my experience over the last couple of weeks of just kind of being a little bit too compulsive when it's come to going on my phone and going onto social media, specifically Facebook and Instagram, and just kind of not even, and then you're kind of scrolling through, and I didn't know why I was scrolling, and it was kind of becoming a bit of a problem. Honestly, and then I was starting to get into fights with people.
But that's what you do in general. You're a troll. That's all you are.
Yeah. And then, but it really is. I kind of got slapped in the face with regards to the meaninglessness of it, and I really, and so the day before yesterday, I've deleted Instagram and Facebook off my phone. So I'm still on those platforms, but I just had to take them off my phone, because I found that I was just at a point where I was staring at my phone way too much. Says Bruce staring at his phone on a podcast. But this is constructive,
Yes.
And so yeah, and and you know what, there's literally a term for it. I don't know if you've heard of the term doom scrolling.
No, sounds like fun.
Yeah, it's literally it's the mindless scrolling through social media, video after video, just going through Instagram. It could be even scrolling through the comments on a YouTube video. It's the same thing. The comment section become almost as addictive. The comment section becomes as addictive as the video that you're watching. And I had to pull away from it and just do a bit of a detox, because it really was. You kind of do it. You're sitting there scrolling, and you're like, and suddenly you wake up and you're like, where'd that half an hour go?
Oh, mine's more than half an hour. I found that.
Yeah, maybe mine was probably more than that as well, but just as an example.
Mine's. I found that, first of all, I have 2 breaks in my shifts, and invariably and I'm always on my phone on both of them, because it's because I'm not busy, and that's like how I relax sometimes. But then I'll find when I get home, I can spend another hour in my room without my light on, just going through YouTube, absolute random stuff that it's just, and I'll just be, and that's an hour gone easily.
Yeah.
Without even me having to, without even having to, switch on my Xbox or whatever, because that's not good for me. So I'll be on my phone like this for like an hour. And that also nails your ability to fall asleep. I take pills, so it's fine. I pop some pills and I sleep. It doesn't really matter. But yes, it keeps you wired for much longer.
Flip. Yeah, it does. So and so yeah, I just thought, okay, let me just, we're getting all these little, these little rewards that you kind of, so you're getting these tiny little dopamine hits because you're scrolling through until you get something that interests you, and then that's that little reward, and you don't know when that's going to happen. You're just scrolling through, and then you'll just keep doing it, and then there's something else, and you get that tiny little squirt of dopamine again as well, and then also I found that when, especially it was on Facebook, I would find something that I just couldn't help myself by just jumping in and making a comment and that kind of thing. It was like I lost the kind of self-control to go, listen, just don't comment. Just don't. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like, and then you go back on because you want to see how many people have now want to fight you. You know, you get all those notifications and go, okay, cool, here we go. You know.
Well, it's a bit like Instagram, which I'm on quite, which I'm on a reasonable amount because of my photography and stuff. But it's very and a lot of it's linked with the dopamine as well, as like how many likes, what comments were made, etc., etc. And I don't know if we can delve into the direction I was going to talk about, or do you want to still talk about where you are?
No, let's
jump across.
No, let's go with what you wanted to. Yeah, because you were coming at it from a different angle as well.
Yeah. But I wanted to make sure that that where you were going and everything, if you wanted to talk more about it, that's fine.
No, it's cool. I think I've got some other things, but let's see if we can. I'm sure it'll bring us back to that.
I'm happy to go your direction, and then then we can wind up. No, it's fine. Let's not jump around back and forth. Let's stick with what you're feeling and see where we can go after that.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I just sort of went on and cut into a couple of things, and having other people talk about it and that, and it's the one lady I listened to, she made a very cool statement. She said social media has turned human interaction into a drug, and it's not even real human interaction. So we think we're interacting with other people, but it's over the screen, and we get addicted to that. We want to know, okay, cool, if you're getting into a fight with someone, you need to know, okay, well, what did they say to me now, or what kind of thing. And can you imagine? So this is what I had. This is the thought that I had. You and I having a conversation, talking. We're sitting at a coffee shop, whatever, and now a whole bunch of people every now and then come and sit down at our table and put their 2 cents into our conversation and then leave. And they'll make points that either we agree with or make points that we don't agree with. Yeah. And then they leave. And then the next person comes in a couple of minutes later. You and I are trying to have this conversation, but we've got this constant barrage of strangers. Maybe there's like a queue of people standing there waiting their turn to sit down at our coffee shop table to weigh in on our conversation. And that's what social media is. It's like you wouldn't give
analogy.
What would happen in real life? Person would get punched in the face. Get the hell out of here. We're having a conversation, but not on social media.
Well, you see why though is that it's a safe way. It's like the terminology keyboard warrior. It's so easy. That's why social media it does so well. It's because that the implications of what you want to say, what you want to do, in general, aren't really going to make an impact. I mean, there's basically not going to be any physical repercussions from what you're saying. Although with the other side of things, obviously the younger that you are, the more impactful comments are made. So for us, we can, it's just like whatever. It's like my brother when he was playing, and I've told you this before long ago, I'm sure. But my brother, when he was playing on his Xbox and stuff, there's an option that you can find the person's gamer tag, and then you can send them a message on the Xbox network. And this is a good example of a keyboard warrior of having no repercussions of what he was going to say. So basically, my brother was playing whatever, multiplayer game, and he basically was better than this other person who shot him in the game, obviously war game. Anyways, the point is that he beat him and he won the game. So this idiot, this guy, who my brother, beat, finds my brother's gamer tag and sends him a message on his Xbox Live that basically said, I hope you have cancer. I hope you get cancer and die.
Wow.
Now, imagine, I know that's probably the most toxic thing I've ever heard. My brother, he's like, well, screw you, whatever. But imagine that had been, number one, said to somebody who was more so socially inept, or that was going through something really, really bad, that there were issues already compounding that. And then that person then says, I hope you get cancer and die. If that was said to the wrong person, that would have had a lot bigger consequences. And as you say, imagine that person in real life coming. Is he actually going to sit down and say those words to you face to face? Probably not, because the guy's an idiot, or the guy's a bully. He's a keyboard warrior. That's really all he is. And that's another way of social, media, social interaction.
Yeah.
So that's why people write what they write. That's why people do what they do on social media, because it's easier and the consequences are extremely low.
Yeah. And that's what I was struggling with. I was just struggling with myself with not engaging. And it just became a problem. And the thing, and what it is, it's like, and I have this problem now. I'm just staring at this little device in my hand, and I'm just staring at it the whole time. And like, okay, so you've got what you call the big five, okay? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and YouTube, right? I call those the big five with regards to social media, okay?
Twitter's now X.
Well, whatever.
Which is a stupid name, but anyways, we'll carry on.
I don't care. I like how Elon bought it though, because
I'm not on Twitter at all, because that's just toxic.
Neither am I. I used to have a Twitter account, and then I forgot about it, and whatever. And then but now
exactly like same thing. Sorry, on Twitter as well. My brother was reasonably active on Twitter.
Yeah.
Until again, people trolling, and then before you know it, you're now involved in trolling people back, and it gets extremely hurtful, distasteful. That's a big thing on Twitter, is that you can literally, it's the platform, especially now with old Elon Musk running it, there's a lot more freedom to say absolutely more hurtful, more toxic stuff. That it's extremely dangerous.
Yeah. But now, so now say you're like an average, early 20s, maybe even late teenager, right? Okay, maybe you don't have Facebook, but you'll have Instagram, maybe you'll have Twitter, you'll most definitely have TikTok, because that's a very sort of young. And then YouTube.
Yeah, I doubt that would be on Twitter. It's not something that's a big draw card for youngsters.
Yeah, so Instagram and TikTok, let's say those, and then you got your YouTube and that kind of thing. Yeah. Now add the three big dating apps as well. So you've got Tinder, Bumble, and Hinge. So now you're on your phone looking at social media. Then you've got all those notifications and everything coming from at least one of those dating apps, maybe two, all that kind of thing. And it's just constantly having this, you're grabbing this device all the time, to check it, and it becomes compulsive. Oh, I haven't checked my phone in 5 minutes, or let me go and sit on the bog and take a dump. What do? Go on my phone, or like that. Oh, I've got a 5-minute break. Let me go on my phone. That thing, and that's what I was doing as well. And I was just like, I can't do this anymore. So.
Well,
we'll have to.
And it's already been a conversation, so we don't have to go there yet. But even the dating apps are full of shit, really. They're just
exactly.
That's all it is an endorphin run or / feeling crappy about yourself. That's really it. But just all those ones are all about money. I've been finding on Instagram without even looking for stuff. I found some really cool stuff that I bought from an advert on Instagram that I would never have thought about getting in my life. But that's a really cool idea. Oh, there's a special. Oh, if you buy 3, you get 2 for free, or mean, I'll show you one of them. It's actually pretty good. If I can just find the cable for it, you won't really see much about this. But where's my phone? I'll just show you as an example. So you see at the base of my phone is a metal thing under there. You see that?
Correct. Yes.
And then what you do is you use this little sucker that goes clip, and now my phone's charging.
It's a magnetic charging port.
It's very cool, and it comes with 3 different ends for your phone. So it'll do like a USB-C, a USB, blah blah blah, and also for your Apple as well. I have, I think now about 7 of these buggers. Am I going to use 7? No. Were they on special? Yes. Did I really need them? No. The point being that
they gotcha.
Well, exactly. And the point is that with these social media things, it's also turned into a marketplace as well. So what used to be just communications, it's now evolved way. I can watch games. I can watch streamers, game streamers. I can watch them now on Facebook. I mean, on Facebook, on YouTube, and I think they might be coming on Instagram. But the point is now it's way more than what it originally began out to be. Social media is not just you writing a message to somebody else. It's a whole new animal. Now, we don't really have time to go into what I wanted to talk about, so maybe we do it as another episode. But that's one of the powers of these social medias with youngsters, meaning like probably under 18s, where there's so much that's peddled to that age group that without being completely aware of yourself and what's happening around you, you can end up looking at the wrong stuff, being influenced by the wrong things, maybe getting to a point where you're buying random. Now this is at least slightly helpful. The point being that you are more malleable as when you're younger, and that's what these social media giants know. And I think a lot of the stuff that they post on Instagram and on what was the other one? Instagram and TikTok. A lot of the stuff that we are on is actually more focused and more driven towards young people. And I was going to bring up this whole thing that's been happening in the States, where the big players of all these social media companies were basically pulled in, were basically asked to be, or they said no, they were subpoenaed to basically come into court and explain themselves as to the research and the backgrounds that is showing the impact that their organizations are making on young people's lives. It's a lot. So maybe we don't look into that now. Maybe we do it again. We do that title in a week or two. But there's a lot of impact and a lot of, there's sexual predators, addictive features, suicide and eating disorders, unrealistic beauty standards, and bullying. These are just some of the issues young people are dealing with on social media, and children's advocates and lawmakers are saying companies are not doing enough to protect them. And that's why they pulled in all the main, CEOs, and that began a very big hearing that probably we can't get through right now.
Yeah, that's also, and also that on that side of things, so, with the kids, obviously, it's a parenting issue as well. A lot of parents giving their kids phones way too young as well, and not. It's a
parenting, but
also yes, obviously the companies
the best way that you can, and just sometimes, there were people that were, like those stupid TikTok challenges and stuff where youngsters have died doing absolutely stupid things because it was cool and it was well marketed and everybody wants to be this. So yes, parental wise, absolutely. But anyways, that's something that I would like to get into, and obviously we don't have enough time right now.
I mean, I think all of these social media companies, they just make things too easy for the younger kids to go on and stuff, instead of having a lot more restrictions and algorithms that that do understand, like, okay, this person isn't an adult, and
well, no, they know that it's not an adult. They're not stupid. They know exactly what's going on. They don't go, that's so strange, that's not an adult. They go, that's exactly the algorithms and everything else. That's exactly what they do.
Okay. And they're not making enough a lot of I think maybe these companies probably don't care. They just want the eyes on the screen. They don't really care if it's adults or if it's kids.
Well, a lot of their marketing though is okay. Sorry, that's a whole nother discussion. We don't have enough time.
Okay.
Then we don't really have a lot of time because that's quite an in-depth conversation.
Yes,
and I think we definitely can't get to it in the next 3 or 4 minutes.
We'll have to do. Well, we should just go on. We should just do next week as part 2 and just have it while it's still fresh.
Go to what you were saying and see if we had enough time to carry on into the like actual real effects and why there's such an impact on this, because it's the first time that in that, like, from what I understand, so first time ever that the judicial system has managed to get, I think it's 5 or 6 of the major super social media organizations in the same place at the same time being subpoenaed and seeing this is actually, so the point of it is not just that they had them subpoenaed in there, it shows that the government is actually seeing that there is a huge issue with social media and with young people, to a point where they've taken this role to bring in all the CEOs at the same time. That shows, and this is coming from America, land of the free, blah blah blah, free speech. It's actually showing the epidemic that is happening with our young people. That, I mean, the point that they make such a that they've, like I say, that they brought in all these big CEOs is saying there is a big issue that sometimes as adults we don't see. It's huge. It's a really big thing.
I think and then the big question for a long time is, like, are we as humans actually ready for social media? And I've got to be honest, I don't think we are. I don't know.
I think okay, but
just sort of psychologically, are we even designed to take on this type of psychological bombardment to our brains and to our eyes? And I don't know. I think that's why I think it's become such a problem, is that I don't think the brain is designed for that type of sort of onslaught, if you like.
Well, I think that might be true from our age perspective. If you're going with the generation now that's been growing up with it, I think that would be a whole different conversation, because we're not used to it. We weren't brought up on that. So if you actually are brought up on that, it's a normal thing. It's nothing.
I get. Okay.
That's how I see it.
You make a very good point. We are definitely coming. We're part of that generation. We've seen it all. We saw it. We saw life before social media.
Exactly.
Like
going out and living life.
Can you imagine? I can't even compute what it would be like to be a kid now and have this. Like, I tell my students, like, you realize there was a time before YouTube, and they're like, huh? Like, they can't actually figure that there was a time where we didn't have social media, we didn't have guitar lessons on YouTube, this access to
Yeah.
everything just wasn't there.
Yeah.
And then they grow up with access to everything, and it is just so completely normal, whereas we're on the outside still looking in.
Yeah.
And going, yeah, there was a time where we didn't have this.
There was a time when we could actually leave the house and run around and play sports and catch fish, and actually be outside the house than having access to your gaming or to your movies, that a lot of the youngsters don't really have to leave the house because because it's just part and parcel of it's very different. It's very, very different, but obviously it's all also linked with the parenting as well. It's like, how much screen time someone's going to get, because maybe you are right. Maybe the excess of social media is bad just in general for no matter who was born in what era.
Yeah, I mean, look at the last 2 or 3 generations of parents now are social media people as well. So social media is just a very normal part of their lives, and then they're passing it on to the kids, and then you got a lot of parents who also don't understand that balance of just keeping the social media away and all that kind of thing. So,
well, sometimes it's a very easy thing. Sometimes it's easier just to put your kids onto social media. It's just easier to deal with, less issues, less fighting. You know what? Go in your room, and I think it's the babysitting. I think it's all. I mean, social media has got so many platforms, so many things. I think part of it is a way out. As part of it is like a babysitting thing. But social media in general is just false. It's like, I love this whole thing on Facebook where I've got 3,431 friends. Okay, if it's your funeral tomorrow, how many people? No, really, I've actually wondered that. Out of your 3,461 friends, how many would actually take their time off from work? Who, if they even knew where you were, how many would actually come to your funeral? It's going to be a handful. It's going to be a handful. That's why this whole thing on Facebook, with the amount of friends, it's just a farce, man. It's like, I've got so many friends. Okay, when you leave Facebook, do you go out? Do you do things? No, because I talk with my friends. Well, if it's your funeral, or if it's like something big in your life, how many are actually going to be there for you? And I can guarantee you, it's going to be minute. So this whole thing, I've got so many friends. It's like a badge. I've got so many friends, and you don't have many friends. Yeah, well, I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to, it's just dumb. But people actually live with some people use that as like the more people on, the more friendships, the more I'm being liked. It's like bullshit, man.
Yeah, I know, absolutely. And you get so caught up in it, and you just lose sight of reality.
No, the only Facebook that I am on is only linked to linked to the residential groups around here. Like buy and sell, and giving away things, blah blah blah, that kind of thing. But I don't actually, I don't write anything else on Facebook. Some people were confused why I didn't accept people's friendship requests, because I'm not writing anything. So there's no need for it, and so that's just me. And someone, you've got like 5 friends already. Yeah, probably because I just said yes, but we don't link up at all. So it's more just there for show, to be honest.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce, anything else you want to say?
No, it was cool, man. I think we should definitely delve into the kids thing. Like you wanted to speak about. My apologies. I feel like I took.
No, don't apologize. That's why I said let's focus on what you want to talk about first. It's fine.
Well, then let's. I'm happy to do a part 2 straight off. Next week and delve more into that. So let's do that.
Sounds good.
Cool, man. Awesome. Great. Well, this has been the Spaghetti Junction podcast. My name is Bruce.
It has been. My name is Gareth.
Like, comment, subscribe, share. Tell us your thoughts on social media and the impact it's had in your life, positive and negative, because there are some positive things about social media.
Scare us,
but
we dare you.
But it is all about balance, and we have choice and we have free will.
Exactly.
And so we've just got to watch out, because it is addictive, and we've got to sort of sometimes check ourselves, like I have over the last couple of days.
Before you wreck yourself. That's right.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself. There you go.
Do you use? There's a little app on YouTube. I don't know where it is on the phone, but it tells you like each week, like how much you've spent 4 hours more, or or like 20 minutes less than last week, and it just shows you how much you've been on. Like, I've been on for how long? It's really good. It's horrible, but it shows you actually like how much time you actually have been spending on it.
I get that when I go into my internet history and I look at all the YouTube videos I've looked at. That's scary enough for me.
Yeah.
But a lot of times I'm not actually watching the video. I'm actually listening to something. I'm not actually engaging with my eyes. I'm more running. It's a podcast. It's an interview. It's an audio book. That kind of thing. So that takes up a lot of my YouTubing. So I'm not really sort of staring at the phone. But I get it. You do get a bit of a wake up call. Like, holy shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. So anyway.
Thank you all. You have a smashing week ahead of you.
Awesome, guys. Have a good one.
Stay safe. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.